You don't want to pay tariffs. I don't want to pay tariffs. And that's what I'm here to help you with today on the GymCrafter podcast. Welcome back to the GymCrafter podcast, everybody. My name is Tim. I am the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, the website that I built to help ordinary folks like you and I build home and garage gyms that we absolutely love. And if you've been paying attention to the podcast, a couple weeks ago, I dropped an episode on tariffs. And of course, in the last couple of weeks, everything has changed. But what hasn't changed is there's still some prices that are high, and there's still some companies that deserve our attention. As I mentioned in that episode, one of the things that I was really hoping would happen with this whole tariff situation is that folks out there would actually start paying more attention to some of these smaller, or even the larger domestically made companies. So the companies who are here in the US, and being that I'm in the US, I'm going to talk about folks that are here in the US. I know that there's folks that listen and watch this podcast from all around the world, but I'm going to cover companies in the United States right now. And I want to talk about maybe some of those companies. In fact, I'm going to talk about 20 of those companies because I had a lot of people reach out to me after that podcast and say, hey, Tim, who are these companies you're talking about? Because I think that unfortunately, right now, he with the most marketing dollars wins, and the people with the most marketing dollars are the people who import for the most part. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to review 20 different options that you have for companies you can buy from that are domestically based, they're US made products, and there are no tariffs. Their prices haven't been affected by tariffs unless they maybe have chosen to raise them just because the market allows them to. But for the most part, I've vetted a lot of these companies now. A couple of things to look at in this episode. Number one, I want to make sure that we are all squared away on one thing. Just because something is made in the United States does not mean that it is better than something that is imported. It's just not true. Made in America doesn't mean the best of the best, right? So let's just get that out of the way. There are an awful lot of companies who make stuff here in the United States who make some crappy products, let's just be honest. And I've tried my best to eliminate those companies from this list because there's actually, as I did the research for this episode, there's a lot of people in the United States, especially smaller fabricators, making gear for you, for your home gym, for my home gym. And some of them aren't so great, but some of them are. So I figured I'd go through these and give you guys kind of a rundown, a little bit of background in each one. And then in the description down below, I'm going to put links to all these companies so you can check them out. Oddly enough, I don't think I'm an affiliate for any of these. I might be an affiliate for one of them. So those links are there just for you guys to get to them. I'm not trying to make a buck off this. I just, like I said, I want to give you guys some options of where to at least look, some companies to look at, expand your horizons, and there's some really cool stuff out there. And of course, we have to start with Rogue, the big elephant in the room. Everybody knows about Rogue. Everybody either likes or hates Rogue. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of in the middle there, but they have been the made in the US choice for quite a while. They probably have the largest assortment of any of the companies that make their stuff in the US, and they make some really good equipment. So the last episode in the podcast I dropped, I didn't really say a whole lot of nice things about the company, but that had nothing to do with their products. Their products are really awesome. So if you are looking for made in the USA gear, you want to furnish an entire gym, Rogue is one place that you can look. They are a little bit on the higher price point side, but their quality level, their packaging, their kind of innovation in some areas, the product assortment that they offer, all of that makes it worth. So I don't think I need to spend too much time talking about Rogue, but I did want to mention them right off the top because if I didn't, you guys would let me know about it. So there you go. That's the first one, Rogue. Second one I want to talk about is one of my favorite companies here in the US, and somebody that's growing really faster and faster. Every time I go to this guy's website, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know you made that. I didn't even know you made that. I am actually buying a really cool accessory from this company for the Dane behind me. They make an elevated pull-up rack. So instead of the pull-up bars that I have, I'm going to have one where I can actually hang at a dead hang, which I've never had before. So any of you guys out there who have a half rack or something like the Dane that you bought for other reasons besides its height, and you would like it to be taller in the pull-up area, check out Black Widow Training Gear. You've heard me talk about them before. Dean over there, the owner's an awesome guy. Gluck and Winnie just did a tour where they got to weld something of their own product there. Pretty cool place. But kind of a semi-custom or fully custom company. They make racks, they make accessories, they make barbells, they make the VHS bars, another one that I really like. Check that out. But check out Black Widow Training Gear, another made in the US, all handcrafted, really high quality stuff. And somebody that, like I said, every time I go to the website, I see something that is new. So check them out. There's always something cool and new over there on the Black Widow Training Gear website. The next two, if you ever played D1 athletics, you're probably familiar with one of these companies. That's Elite FTS or Sorinex. You'll see a lot of their gear in higher end college gyms, professional sports gyms, things like that. Elite FTS is owned by Dave Tate, at least in part, I believe. Dave Tate is a very famous powerlifter, made his bones over at Westside Barbell with Louis Simmons, and probably one of the most knowledgeable powerlifting coaches out there. Great podcast that they have. If you like lifting and you like getting the most out of lifting and you like powerlifting, awesome dude. The cool thing about Elite FTS is they make stuff for their gym, which just have some beasts of human beings working in it. So you are looking something that's super high quality. You're looking for something that's going to last. You're looking for something that just does what it's supposed to do. Elite FTS is the place to look. Sorinex was started by, I believe his name is Bert Soren. I apologize if I get that wrong. Really good storied history here in the United States. Again, make some really good quality stuff. Neither of these companies make anything fancy, but they make the best of the best. I know a lot of you out there go, well, if you want the best power rack, you go to Rogue, and I would actually disagree with you. If you're looking for just a good, really just the best power rack or things that they make, Sorinex and Elite FTS are two places that are really not all that much more expensive, if more expensive at all, than Rogue, but actually make better stuff. And as per the theme of the episode, all made here in the US. So check those two places out if you like something cool, high quality, and different than what most other people have, and something that it's the first and last of whatever you buy from them that you'll ever have to buy. You buy once, you cry once, and you have it for the rest of your life. You pass it down to your kids. The next one on my list is one of my favorite companies, and you guys probably guessed that this was going to be high on the list. This is American Barbell. Now, not everything that American Barbell sells is made in the US. They make some really cool urethane-coated bumper plates, which are not made in the US, but their barbells are. If you look in their specs section of each product, it'll tell you where it's made. But best barbells in the world, better than anything you can get from any of the other companies I'm going to talk about today. And if you were looking for a barbell made in the US, a premium barbell, again, something that you'll buy, you'll pass on to your kids, American Barbell is the place to look. Another company that you'll find in a lot of D1 gyms, a lot of professional athlete gyms, and just an awesome company. Huge history to this company, and it's just an awesome place to look. They're coming out with some newer products. They also are launching a podcast, which should be really awesome. Phil Patty, who is the owner of American Barbell, probably knows more about the history of just manufacturing home gym and commercial gym gear than any of us will ever know by several multiples. So should be a really cool podcast, something cool to check out if you like just gear and like the history of it, and also like the nuts and bolts of why does certain barbell cost what it costs? How does the manufacturing process work? So I'm really looking forward to kind of digging into that podcast quite a bit. But as you guys know from watching my podcast, if you want a barbell, American Barbell is my top place to go if budget isn't a concern. If budget's a concern, maybe not so much, but if you're looking to build a home gym out of stuff that's not tariffed and is made in the US, American Barbell is a great place to look. Also, awesome cable attachments, awesome specialty bars, really cool racks, that maybe some features that you don't see on other stuff. So overall, not just a barbell company, some of the best dumbbells in the world. If you're looking for urethane-coated dumbbells, they make some of the best dumbbells in the world. So all of those things are great reasons to look over at American Barbell. The next company I want to mention is probably the first place that I look if I'm looking for something, just an odd and end or a rack accessory or something like that for my gym. If I want a different kind of spotter arm, if I want a different kind of J-hook, if I want mag pins, if I want just stuff like that. Probably one of the coolest low profile cable attachments that you can attach onto a standard squat rack, and that is a company called Surplus Strength. Surplus Strength is a high quality manufacturer that makes some really cool, unique products that solve problems in your gym. They're solution pieces. I'm probably going to order what they call their stealth spotter arms for the Dane behind me. They're spotter arms that have a really high weight capacity, but they're short so that you can get them really low to the ground to do rack pulls. They don't take up a lot of room on your rack so that you can put other things on there. It's a very cool solution. They make some of the best ones out there. But Surplus Strength is a cool company to look at if you're looking for that type of gear. Another company that makes racks and some really cool rack attached accessories, a semi-custom or fully custom, and that's Stray Dog Strength. Stray Dog Strength, you'll see some of their stuff over on the Kurt Locker Instagram and YouTube channel, and that's where I first learned about them. They make some cool solutions, like I said, for storage, some rack attached machine type of stuff. They make a cool weight stack, I believe, but that's another one that's a lot of people haven't heard of, but check them out. Really cool people that own the company, good company all around, and make some cool stuff. So another cool thing that this list is for is, and that Stray Dog is a great example of that, is I know a lot of people out there are like, yeah, everybody's got a rep gym. Everybody's got a Rogue gym, right? Everybody's got a Titan Fitness gym or whatever. And if you're looking for high quality places that are kind of lesser known, and you kind of like to be that person who's like, oh, I've got this that nobody's ever heard of, but it's really awesome. Stray Dog is a company like that. And so are a lot of the companies on this list, but that's who kind of comes to mind when I think about Stray Dog. Another really good company that people either kind of know a lot about or don't know anything about is Wright Equipment. Wright Equipment is one of those companies that makes a little bit of everything. So I don't know that they would stand out as the best of this or the best of that, or like, you know, American Barbell is the best barbells, as an example. I'm gonna have some weight plate companies on here that are the best for the weight plates. I don't know that Wright Equipment actually kind of fits that slot, but it's one of those places where you can go to their website and you see just a ton of different stuff, and you can kind of pick and choose. And again, it's a nice place to have in your back pocket to check for options for things, especially again, if you're looking for options made here in the United States, made well, good, small owned company that will take care of you, good customer service. And that's another thing that you'll find about most of these companies. Most of them are small to medium size, and you're gonna get probably better customer service for most of them than you'll get from some of these larger companies. And in a lot of cases, you'll end up talking to the owner or one of the owners if you write in or you chat in or you shoot them an email. So Wright Equipment, another cool place to look. Next one is for you bumper plate fans out there, and that's Homegrown Lifting. Homegrown Lifting is making some of the best crumb rubber bumper plates out there. They've always made their stuff here in the United States. Their plates are getting kind of a little bit more innovative. They're making thinner and thinner crumb rubber bumper plates. So if you want bumpers to use outside, I know a lot of you folks from the West Coast and from the Southwest are always talking about your outdoor gyms, which I'm super jealous of. I can't even imagine how awesome that it would be to go out at like sunrise in New Mexico someplace and work out outside. Just sounds really awesome. If that's the type of a gym that you have, Homegrown Lifting is a great US-based company that makes their stuff here in the United States. Really high quality bumpers. I saw them at Home Gym Con last year. They test the snot out of these things to last you a good long time. So if you're looking for plates and you're looking for bumpers, it's hard to find bumper plates that aren't imported. Like I was saying, even American Barbell, who makes everything in the United States, they import their bumper plates, have manufactured overseas. So there's only a few places in the US where you can get plates that are made here. And if you want bumpers that are made here, they're one of the only ones I know about. And that brings up also a request for you guys. This is a list of 20 that I've dealt with. I saw them at Home Gym Con. I've talked to the owners. I bought stuff from them, and I can I'm not 100% vouching for all of them, but I've had good experiences with them, or at least I've heard other people that have good experiences. This is not an exhaustive list, so if you guys know of somebody that I missed, I want to get together. In the description, I'll have all of these guys listed with their links, but I'll definitely put up a pinned comment, and I'll compile anybody else that I've missed that you guys think is worthy of being on this list, that you guys think is worthy of people taking a look at. So make sure you drop those down below in the comments. And also, if you have had any experience with these companies, good, bad, in the middle, definitely drop those in the comments down below as well, because I think one of the things that holds people back from shopping with these companies is it's like, yeah, that looks cool, the website looks good, the product looks good, Tim seems to think a lot of them, but that's a lot of money and I'm not comfortable. So the more people we can have drop comments down below that such and such a company is good, another company is good, then that will help people feel more comfortable in trying out these domestic companies. And like I said, I would really like this whole tariff situation to kind of help all those folks here in the United States earn some more customers, earn some more exposure. And one of the best ways to do that is word of mouth through customers who are already purchased with them and are happy. And speaking of a company that has fantastic word of mouth, a company that has just exploded faster than I thought they would, a company that when I first saw them, I went, that's a dumb idea. Who is ever going to buy that? Sorry guys, but that's kind of what I thought. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. Once you figure out what these things are for, how they work, how they're beneficial for a garage gym, why they're worth the price that they are, you will understand why Weighted Out is making such a splash in the garage gym industry. They are doing some cool stuff with weight plates. They are the thinnest metal weight plates that you could buy. They take up no room in your garage for storage. They take up no room in your garage for smaller shouldered barbells. Like for example, I'm testing the Bells of Steel open trap bar, which has 9.7-inch sleeves on it. So if you're a beast and you lift a lot, that's not going to work well, not only with bumper plates, but even standard steel plates or deep dishes, whereas the weighted out plates are going to allow you to load an appropriate amount of weight on that bar. And it's just not that bar either. It's a lot of machines have a capacity of 1,000 pounds, but weight horns that don't hold that in normal plates. So weighted out, every time I turn around, I find myself in a video going, hey, weighted out would be a good solution. They also have this really cool fractional plate solution called the Revolver, I think it's called. Just look it up on their website, again, links down below. And then also they just bought the rights to one of Kabuki's old barbells, and they will be manufacturing that as well. So I can't wait to see that back on the market. I really think personally, the company that bought Kabuki and decided not to make any of their barbells, in my opinion, made a big mistake. We'll see if I'm right or if they're right, but I think that Weighted Out is doing the right thing, and I would love to see them be really successful across a much broader assortment of products. Plus, they're right here in Illinois where I am, so that's kind of a cool thing as well. So rooting for a hometown guy. I should be touring their facility at some point. I just have to get off my lazy butt and actually call him like I said I would over a month ago. So if you're watching Weighted Out, it's my bad for not calling you. I've just been busy, but I can't wait to get down there and check everything out that you are doing, especially with this new Kabuki bar. So, but yeah, that's Weighted Out. Looking for metal weight plates, that's a great way to go. Another place to go if you're looking for US made iron plates is the Strength Co. Now the Strength Co makes more than plates. They make some barbells, I believe. They make some other stuff. But when you are looking for awesome iron plates, made in the US or not, the Strength Co has always been my top recommendation. If you just need a plate to get the job done, right? You don't need fancy deep dish stuff. You don't need fancy designs. You don't need fancy handles. And you don't want something that's been imported into this country. The Strength Co is the place to go for just awesome set of iron weight plates that, again, like a lot of the stuff you'll buy from these companies, you're going to buy it once, you're going to use it for your whole life, you're going to pass it on to your kids. These things are going to last forever, and just really awesome plates and awesome company. Been around for quite a while at this point, and just making some cool stuff. And when I was on their website researching for this episode, like I said, they're making some other stuff besides weight plates. So as these companies get exposure, another cool thing is as you take a look at these companies, as you shop with these companies, this allows them to expand. So a company like Weighted Out or like the Strength Co, who are known for making one core category of goods, if they expand their customer base, that allows them to take the things you like about those companies, their customer service, their manufacturing process, their attention to detail, the fact that they make things in the US, and expand that product category, that assortment, to a wider array and offer the US market more stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but more stuff is always good in my book, especially when it goes in my garage gym. Now, you don't just need weight plates, you need dumbbells, right? And if you are a full set of fixed dumbbells, traditional dumbbell person, then there's a company called Intek, I-N-T-E-K, which has been making dumbbells for quite a while, makes a whole range of dumbbells, but makes them in the United States. This is a hard thing to find, guys. So if you're looking for dumbbells made in the United States, I've got one adjustable option for you, and then I've got this for your fixed option. And most people, again, kind of like companies that were the bulk of their assortment is made in the US, if they carry dumbbells, in a lot of cases, those dumbbells are made overseas. So if you're looking for a good set of dumbbells, now these are kind of high-end, a little bit pricey in some cases, but Intek is a great place to look if you're looking for dumbbells. Now, if you're looking for adjustable dumbbells, PowerBlock makes what they call the Elite USA 90. It's a 5 to 90 pound adjustable set. I've had PowerBlocks for well over 10 years. They're awesome solution. No, they're not the fancy ones that kind of look just like regular dumbbells. They're not the Rep-Ins or anything like that. But if you're looking for a fantastic solution for adjustable dumbbells that are made in the United States, the PowerBlocks Elite USA are a great option for you. There's one more. I know some of you are screaming at the screen right now that I'm leaving out a company. I'm not leaving out that company. I'll get to them in a little bit here. But yeah, so there's your main options for dumbbells outside of, say it with me everybody, Ironmaster. So Ironmaster is another company that makes their stuff here in the US. They've been making adjustable dumbbells longer than most people have. They have kind of made some iterations recently on their adjustables, which have made them a little bit easier to use, a little bit faster to use. These are probably the most durable adjustable dumbbells of any of them out there. They have a super high weight capacity. You can buy them in increments and sets that grow with you as your needs grow. They make what a lot of people consider is the best weight bench in the world. I don't agree with that. But I have my reasons, and I'm sure I'll make a video on it someday. But I know a lot of you are going to tell me that I'm wrong, and I'm not going to argue with you because you guys love that Ironmaster Super Bench. It's a great garage gym bench. I'm not knocking it at all. I don't know that it's the best, but it's pretty darn good. And their stuff is made right here in the US. So that's a great company to look at for the adjustable dumbbells and the bench. And this is another company that you see them make some stuff here and there. They make a really weird assortment of racks. If you ever want to kind of look at stuff and go, well, that's weird. Their racks are kind of strange. So go check them out. It's hard to even describe on the podcast. So those are a little weird, but for the bench, the dumbbells, and a couple other things they make, I think they're a really, really solid choice for your gym. So that hopefully gets you enough options for weight plates and dumbbells and things like that. Those first companies that I mentioned, you can get racks and you can get benches and things like that. So we're getting to a point where you can definitely fill your gym with all stuff with no tariffs, with nothing imported, nothing made outside of the United States. There's no problem doing that these days. And you could even do it without buying anything at all from Rogue. So well, let's keep on going with this list here. And we are going to get to what you put those weights on, which is barbells. And obviously I talked about American Barbell, as I think is one of the best ones out there. The barbell company that I think has some of the most rabid fans out there, the most dedicated, I always get comments from people talking about this company, is Texas Power Bar. Texas Power Bar has been around for a long time. Really good company as far as barbells go. That's kind of what they made their name on, is power bars. Some of the best knurl in the business. Used to be the only made bare steel with really sharp, like just rip your hands up knurl. And people, you know, if you lived in a dark, dingy powerlifting gym, the Texas Power Bars were definitely in that gym in a lot of cases. So they make a much broader assortment of bars. I think over the last few years, they've brought up kind of the aesthetics of the bars. The bars were kind of honestly a little sloppy looking at first. If you had an older Texas Power Bar, the terminations where the knurl rolls off is always kind of sloppy and a lot of play in the sleeves. They've really tightened up their game lately and make some really nice bars and make a much wider assortment of bars. Not just an assortment of types of bars, but finishes, materials, and just different options. So that's a great place to go. And like I said, people who have Texas Power Bars, I don't know of anybody who has them and goes, ooh, those are bad. Like those are a great option, and they're not near as expensive as American Barbell. So that's a great way to go. Another American barbell manufacturer, which is going to make a complement to the power bars of Texas Power Bar, is a company called Solid Bar Fitness. Now, Solid Bar Fitness makes like CrossFit and Olympic lifting bars. So those are different than the power bars that Texas Power Bar is known for. But Solid Bar Fitness is a company, it's a family-owned company, been around for quite a while. I feel like just from the stuff that I've seen recently that the younger generation of the family is kind of stepping in, and I'm seeing them more on social media, and I'm seeing them kind of offer a few more things and really kind of bring their products up to date. But if you're looking for Olympic lifting bars, which again, outside of Rogue or American Barbell, kind of hard to find a US made Olympic lifting barbell that's high quality, but I think Solid Bar is a great way to go. Small, again, family-owned company. Great place to spend your money. And if you are out there doing, if there's anybody left out there doing CrossFit, maybe anybody left out there doing CrossFit? Is it completely gone, or is it just, I just don't notice it anymore? But Olympic lifting, cleans, jerks, snatches, all that kind of fun stuff. Want to hold the bar over your head and drop it to the ground on those Homegrown Lifting bumper plates, Solid Bar would be a great place for you to check out. And just check them out in general. Check them out to see what they've got. And same thing with all these companies. it's neat to give these people the web traffic, give their website the hits, and again, just kind of the word of mouth, talk about them in the forums, and recommend them for people who don't want to pay tariffs. And the last 4 companies that I have for you are for all of the other bits and bobs and odds and ends that go in your gym. So I think out of all of the people that we talked about so far, you can pretty much put anything you want in your gym, whether it's barbell training, even machines. A lot of these companies make machines that are worthwhile. And what's left is all of the accessories. So let's start off with probably one of the bigger accessory companies in the country, which is AbMat. AbMat is cool for a few different reasons. Number one, they make a lot of solution pieces. There's a lot of things on AbMat that it's like, I'm like, oh, I've got this problem. Yep, they make a solution for it. Oh, I've got this other, like, oh, hey, my landmine has metal inside. What do I do? Oh, they make things for that. Oh, I don't like putting plates on top of each other on a vertical weight post on like a belt squat. Oh, they make pads for that. Like, they make just all kinds of really cool stuff. They make hip thrust pads. They make all kinds of different things that just make your life easier in the gym. It's one of those places where you can accidentally spend a lot of money because you're like, oh, I need one of those, and that'd be kind of cool. And there's nothing on there is super expensive, and it's all really well made, all made here in the United States. And then something else that I really, really like about AbMat is they were one of the very first, if not the first people in the home gym industry, at least on a broad scale, working with independent creators, and instead of just stealing people's ideas like we talked about in the podcast last week, or kind of appropriating, or kind of, hey, I'll give you $100 for your idea, and then making several thousand off of it, or several $100,000 off of it. They really do a good job of partnering with people. If you look on their website, a lot of the products were created by home gym owners just like you and I. They've slowed down a little bit recently. I know the person who used to be responsible for those types of partnerships has stepped away from the company, and I know that that's slowed down. I'm hoping that they kind of get back to that, if for no other reason than I've got a lot of product ideas in my head and having a real hard time connecting with them. I kind of actually gave up not too long ago just because I can only play phone tag for so long, But in the end, still a great company to go with for all of those reasons, and also probably make they make the best plyo box for your home gym. So real quick equipment thing that they make is plyo boxes. Typically there's 2 kinds you can buy, and every company sells them. They either sell the big wooden ones or they sell the soft ones, right? And both of those have drawbacks. If you've ever tried to do box jumps onto the big wooden ones and missed and scraped all of the skin off of your shin, like I've definitely done that, you understand the issue with the all wood ones, or even if you just crack your shin on the corner of it if you miss, that's a problem. And then also the soft ones, which are supposed to fix that problem, aren't the most stable in the world. There's a little bit of wiggle when you're up on top of them. So for me, when you're pushing those box jumps, sometimes I'm not a fan of how they wobble around. Well, AbMat makes a combination. I think they call it a Roo box or a kangaroo box, and it's wood on the sides, but it's a nice soft padded rounded corners. It's the best of all worlds. It's super stable. And what's really cool, and the reason you're going to see one in this gym at some point, is because you can get it custom printed with your logo or your branding or whatever you want for your gym. Super cool option. It's a way to take what's normally just kind of a commodity and kind of a boring thing in your gym and make it yours and kind of make your gym cool with that. So AbMat's a great place, and I'm not sure people realize that it's all made in the US. So that's a really cool way to go. Another one of my favorite accessory companies, which I just bought something for the Dane from this company, and I'm going to buy a couple more things from them, is Darko Lifting. Darko Lifting is based in California, manufactures everything himself. He makes some really cool cable attachments, makes the longy bar, the shorty bar, a couple of other bars that allow you for your landmine or for your cable that allows you to attach other attachments onto it. Check it out on darkolifting.com. He makes some really cool stuff. Also makes some really cool custom barbell hangers for your rack. I just bought some, they're called horn hubs. It's weight horns for my fractional plates to hold those up there so that my fractional plates aren't just sitting on the ground. So he makes some really cool stuff. So check that out. Again, much more of like an accessory type company and really kind of stuff. Once you own the big stuff, and you still want to spend money on your home gym, which I completely do, that's the places you go, right? You go to these accessory companies and you buy all the cool little odds and ends that just make your gym a cooler place to be. And Darko can help you make your gym a cooler place to be. And speaking of fractional plates, micro Gainz. I would be remiss if I didn't mention micro Gainz. Micro Gainz, again, one of these awesome stories about somebody who saw a problem in the home gym industry, fixed the problem, made the product, did all the work, started out of his house, now has a full facility, doing awesome things in the world. Saw him last year at Home Gym Con, looking forward to seeing him again this year. And they make fractional plates for your dumbbells. They make some fractional plates for other stuff. They make a few grip training products. And those are all really cool accessory type things, all customizable, all different colors, things like that. So get yourself some horn hubs from Darko, get yourself some fractional plates from Micro Gainz to put them on those horn hubs, and away you go. So those are a couple more of the accessory pieces. And then my last one is somebody who I've been kind of watching grow online, and they just bought a retail location that they can expand. They were just a 2-person or a 3-person operation in their garage for many years. They've done some stuff with Rep Fitness. They're just the nicest people in the world. Really fun Instagram page to follow. Really just kind of fun ethos of the company. I love the personality of this company, and probably the best handmade leather goods for your gym, whether it's pull down straps or whether it's weight belts or whatever it happens to be. And that's Belt Fed Strength. Those guys are awesome. Wish them luck. Check them out. Again, links down below. And if you're looking for a weight belt that is handmade, it could be, guys, check out their Instagram page. The stuff that they make, the custom weight belts they make are just phenomenal. If you're not into the custom stuff, they just make some good, solid, awesome belts. Again, straps, things like that. They do some other leather works, leather goods as well. But just like I said, great people, great products, and all made in the United States. So there you go. There, real quickly, 20 different places that you can go look if you don't want to pay tariffs. We don't always have to jump online and go to Rogue and Rep and Titan and Bells of Steel and Fringe Sport. As much as I like those companies, there are so many other places that we can spend our garage gym dollars, and there are so many other places that deserve some of our garage gym dollars. So let's help these people benefit from the tariff situation. And even if the tariffs go away, like it looks like they might, or it looks like they might actually go down to a reasonable level again, even if that's the case and your favorite big companies that import are back to their normal pricing, check these companies out anyway, because they make awesome stuff. It's not just that it's made in the US, it's that it's really good stuff, it's really good people, and it's people like your neighbor, you know, that you want to take care of and do right by. So, who did I miss? I'm thinking of one in my head. I just don't know if it's made in the US. Let me know on the bottom if Arm Assassin Strength Shop. I can't believe I left that off the list. I'm pretty sure that's all made in the US. Check out Arm Assassin. Check out JD Gym Equipped. There's another one that I missed. Make some of the best cable attachments in the world. I wanted to keep this a relatively short podcast, but I think I could probably keep going on forever. So let me know who I missed. We'll put all those in the pinned comments, and let me know who I'm wrong about. Is anybody I listed like make just awful stuff that maybe they shouldn't be on the list? I don't think so, but let me know. Like I said, I'd like to hear from some of you guys as customers. And that is all I've got for this episode of the GymCrafter podcast. I appreciate you guys watching through this episode or listening or however you get it. Keep in mind, this is not only available on YouTube, but we are on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Amazon Podcasts and a bunch of other audio platforms too. So if you want to listen in the background while you're at work to my sweet dulcet tones wafting on about home gym gear and never mind. Sorry about that. I couldn't help myself. But anyway, thank you again for checking out the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. And until the next podcast or the next review or whatever you happen to tune in for, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.